I'm going to talk about helping your partner or your wife or your friend during labor. So this is mostly about helping partners, helping a pregnant woman during pregnancy, during labor, and after pregnancy. One thing you have to know as someone that is not pregnant is that pregnant women are going through a lot. And do things to help them in the first place that they don't have to complain or they don't have to ask for help. Read and see how you can be of help. Not just going online and whining now. My wife, she's asking for this food. My wife, she's getting lazy. She doesn't take the kids to school anymore. You have to step in, knowing that at every stage of pregnancy, there are many things that is required of them. And if they want to be lazy, why not? Why not step up? If you see, as a pregnant woman, if you see your husband stepping up or your wife, your friend stepping up, it kind of like gives you so much strength that you just want to, step in as well in some places. But I'm now talking mostly about on that day or days leading to the labor day, to the birthing day, or when they're in the hospital. As a partner, as a friend, as a husband, you have to equip yourself. Learn how to help progress labor, how to help with back labor. These are the things that you have to read as well, just like you're preparing for any exams. And this would help, because whatever it is that the pregnant woman goes through during labor, it does help after the birthing as well. It helps with the trauma. There is no need of women going through trauma during labor, which are mostly happens in the hospital. Learn how to help your wife or your friend or your partner, position themselves whereby they don't have a tear. I gave birth on all fours in my bathtub, and it was fantastic. It was fantastic, and I had just a little tear because towards the end I just didn't have the grip of it. But it wasn't even a tear. As I said, they could just see, they just felt that there was just a pinch, maybe the positioning or something, or the way the baby was coming out. Maybe it came out too quick. But that helped me. The position I was in helped me. But that was because I was mentally ready. But as a partner, if you can tell your wife, or move your wife or move your friend to that position, that would help them. Step in before any midwife. Even when midwives want to push you to one side, you are in front, because to be honest, the midwives want to experience your wife giving birth, and so that they can tick their own box that, oh yeah, I did help. But if you're there first and they are monitoring, they can monitor because they are there as specialists. They can monitor. But never put power to the practitioners, because from my own experience, they do not know best. They are just using it as an experience, as I said, like a work experience for them. And you're missing out on helping your partner, your friend. And many times they are doing things they're not meant to do to them. Checking them unnecessarily. I was okay with all this before, but when I realized that many of these things were just so unnecessary, there was no reason why they were meant to be mailed in the room in the first place, because they were not even needed. It was not an emergency situation. A midwife could do it. A female midwife could do it without consultants, baby doctors, and all of them coming into the room. And I realized that they're just, doing things unnecessarily because they are taking their boxes. But Not even only that, is the fact that we can actually say no, and you as a partner can actually say no and ask for you to be respected during the time while your wife or your partner or your friend is giving birth, and only take help that is needed, that is necessary. And as a partner, that's what you have to do. Whatever way, wherever you are in the country, in the world. I gave birth in the UK and I gave birth at home. And towards the end, I realized that we still made a mistake. Whereby when we called the ambulance, they just told my husband to go pick up towel, to go pick up this. So he did not even see me give birth. And he wanted to say that. I had to tell them, can you please call my husband to come and cut the umbilical cord. They were going to cut it for themselves, experience it. After that, they were saying, oh, this is a new guy that is working with the ambulance. He hasn't seen, what's it called, a placenta before. Can you let him see it? So it's for their own experience, for their own thrill. So you have to take charge. And don't let anyone else use your own wife's birth or your partner's birth as their own job experience, while you never even experienced great things, or they scare you so much that you have to, do things that your wife did not approve to, or your partner did not approve to, because you didn't come with enough knowledge to help them through that. The heart rate is dropping, the baby is in distress. If you read about it and you listen to other people and their experience, you will see that there are ways around it, not only cesarean, not only cutting your partner or your wife open. That should be the final thing, and in most cases it's not necessary. The baby is small. What are the things that we can do to make the baby grow big? And in many cases, the doctors and the hospital are not even taking responsibility of these things are wrong. Many people, they tell them that their babies are big, so they cannot do a vaginal birth. And they eventually go for a CS and the baby is small. And they don't say sorry, they don't say anything. They say, oh, it's just, we're not saying we are 100% right. Then why force me when you know you're not 100% right? Or the baby is big, the baby is too small. The baby is not growing because it's not picking up a certain level of, Those ones are extreme cases, but when it comes to during childbirth, when everything has gone so well, and it just needs that push, that small push for the baby to come out. If you can help your partner and come with a place of knowledge. I was so surprised, my husband saw all the things I went through, preparing myself mentally, psychologically to go into vaginal birth after 3 C-sections, that he unconsciously or subconsciously was reading stuff as well and listening to women that have gone through it, and that helped me during labor. When I went into the room and I saw that, oh my god, my labor was progressing, the contractions were getting stronger, I called him into the room and he knew exactly what to do, and he was like, oh, have you gone on your bouncing ball? I said, yes. I don't think I can. I'm okay there. He said, why don't you go on the bed, lean forward, and I'll be rubbing your back, and let me know if that helps. And that was all we did. And he was saying, is there anything you need me to do? And he was like, your diffuser, is it not intensifying your labor? I said, that's what I want. That's why I have the clary sage oil in it to intensify labor so that labor can progress quickly. He was like, okay. He was communicating with me. I would tell him when the contractions are stopped so that we can talk. And when the contractions are coming, I'll tell him that contractions are coming now, so I can't talk much. And when it goes, we talk again. I told him to, put the water in the bath, put me in the bath, let me sit on the toilet. I was able to communicate with him because he was ready to listen and not panic. So as a partner or as a husband or as a friend, as a mom, as a birthing partner, these are the things that you have to listen to. Your the pregnant woman is now your client, even though you're not working for them, but in a way you're working for them because you're working for their own progress and for their own success story. Because whatever it is they go through during birth, it does help after birth as well. Postpartum depression is high just because many times it's because of the things they've gone through during pregnancy, how they've been treated while in labor, and they are treating them so badly in hospitals. You turn your back, you'll be surprised. You won't believe what your wife went through. You won't believe what your wife went through. And you'll be like, as long as the baby is healthy and the baby is fine. No, what about the mother? What about your wife? They're not themselves anymore because they went through something that you don't even know about or you don't want to believe. And you'll be like, whatever it is that you went through is just a sacrifice. No, it's not, because it's affecting them afterwards. So as a partner, as a birthing partner, I come from Nigeria and I see that many times they are telling the fathers, oh, you're not allowed in the labor room. Who made that law? Don't worry, we'll take it from here. You have to let them know that I want to be in there with the love of my life. I want to be in there with the mother of my child. And I want to help her. And I'm coming from a place of knowledge as well. You have to know your right and know that this is your birthing experience. This is your birthing story. And you have to take charge of it. So I just want to share this, because I know that it's so necessary, so important. Doesn't matter what age you are, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. I realize that men are just not equipping themselves enough with many things, with household, and when it comes to childbirth and taking care of the child afterwards as well. You're letting people sweep in, people that do not even have any experience. What they are doing is they're just using you as an experience. They are using you to gain their own experience while you have no knowledge. So when the child that you have becomes a mother or a father, you don't know what to pass to them because you never even experienced it. So it's good to equip yourself now as fathers, that you have to step up your game. You have to help your wives during childbirth, before childbirth, and after childbirth. Experience these things with them as much as you can. And that would keep you and your wife closer, would make you understand the process a lot more. And that is all a mother or a pregnant woman asks from whoever it is that is helping them during that time. I think if you do that, you just read, watch, listen. Many people are sharing their stories. Either your wife is a first time mom, second time, things change. They can have a natural birth, quick birth for the first pregnancy. It doesn't guarantee you to be the same for the second or the third or the fourth or the fifth. Every pregnancy is different, and every pregnancy you have to step up to whatever needs your client wants, which is your wife or your partner or your friend. And that's how it goes. Life is dynamic. You have to go with the flow and do the things that are required of you. No matter what country you're in, don't let anybody decide. It's just like marriage. We cannot let anybody decide on how to do our marriage. We have to take take control of our marriage and our life and everything that we go through with our children as well. So I really needed to share this, and I hope you guys learn a lot from it on just doing the right thing for a pregnant woman, because it does help them psychologically, mentally, to run the home as well and continue with their life.